With season 1 of Invincible coming to an end, I decided that now is a good time to talk about it and bring forth my opinion. If you didn't watch the show, spoilers up ahead. Let's just get the nitty gritty out of the way and say that this is a very good TV show. This show is honestly super addictive to the point where I'm honestly considering reading the comic just so I can get more Invincible content. If you look at this, you would think that this is just a simple superhero TV show that would appear on Nickelodeon, but nope, because the characters say fuck. The show is about this kid named Mark Grayson who's awkward and shy and is kind of a fucking loser. He also has to deal with his dad being the greatest superhero on the planet. As his powers finally begin to kick in, he has to learn how to use his powers to help save the world and live up to the legacy his father brought to Earth. His dad is also kind of a genocidal maniac, but we'll kind of get to that later. The very first episode is honestly one of my favorite episodes, because at first it's just about how Mark is learning how to use his powers and he's trying to figure shit out as a young superhero. Then at the end of the episode you get to see Omni-Man brutally murder this world's version of the Justice League. Honestly, the violence in the show is so wacky that sometimes I can't help myself from laughing. For example, Omni-Man is fighting these soldiers in his house, so he pushes one of the soldiers into his counter so hard that the top half of his body flies off. This show honestly comes up with the most creative and wackiest ways to kill a person. Mark also has to come to the realization that with being a superhero, you will see some traumatizing shit. I would imagine some lazy ass mom put that show on for her 5-year-old son because she was just tired of his shit, and then bada bing bada boom, traumatized for life. This show just represents the shit that superhero movies don't typically show us, like brutal bloodshed and superheroes talking about sex. I don't know. You cannot tell me that when General Zod and Superman were fighting, that in the midst of the destruction that they were causing, no humans were brutally murdered. Some of the subplots that aren't about Omni-Man or Invincible are pretty good too. One of my favorite subplots is the one with Adam Eve, where she realizes that helping the world doesn't always have to be about killing aliens or giant monsters. It can just be very simple things like helping farms grow their crops or stopping natural disasters. Lately, the superhero genre has been about a superhero duking it out with another stronger supervillain, which, don't get me wrong, a good villain is good and all, but I like to see the other aspects of being a hero. Like fucking saving people! Another one of the plots I really liked was how Mark's mom had to deal with Omni-Man not being the man that everybody thought that he was. This show has some things that kind of tick me off. For example, I do not like Amber at all. She just seems like a selfish bitch. Like, she knew that Mark was invincible the entire time and got pissed off when he was kind of fucking saving people. And when he did reveal that he was invincible, she was like, yeah, I know that, but I'm still gonna be pissed off because you didn't tell me. Which is so goddamn confusing. Because she knows that he's invincible, but is pissed off because he went to go fight Robo Frat Boy. What especially pisses me off is when Omni-Man kicks Invincible's ass, and then she shows up and starts kissing him like, oh yeah, I wanna fuck you now since you got your ass beat by your dad. This bitch makes no goddamn sense. I'm gonna be completely honest and say that even though the show is about Invincible, the star of the show is Omni-Man. He just steals the show. I don't even have to explain myself. His story is just really interesting. This show takes the cliche, I'm a teen superhero who has to juggle school and having a responsibility to the world. And honestly, it makes it interesting. Also, I'm very glad that they got good actors like J.K. Simmons, Seth Rogen, and Mark Hamill, and many other renowned names into the show. And with that, I give this show a 9.5 out of 10, one of my favorite shows. Thank you guys so much for watching our video. If you guys want to see me make more videos like this, then hit the like button and subscribe. And yeah, just thank you.